Hello everyone and welcome to the Skyrim 2014 Oblivion's Green Nature tutorial. If you also played the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, then you might remember how great the outer areas looked. The atmosphere of these realistic looking forests and grass just looked amazing. This was one of the things I missed from Skyrim. It had a lot of snowy and mountain areas, and when you explored some of the areas it just felt a little bit dead. This tutorial explains how you can transform your Skyrim to look a little bit like the Oblivion other areas. In example, let me show you this long, endless grassy area. Where you would normally have snow or dead nature, you now have wonderful, long, endless grass. And now a little example of how the forest can look. Way greener than you could ever expect of Skyrim to be. As you can see, this looks far more like Oblivion. So, and what about the swamps? Well, let me show you. Let me walk you a little bit through the swamps. Pretty colorful, right, for a swamp? It just looks way different than the original vanilla Skyrim. And the best part is, it doesn't really take that much effort to get these wonderful outdoor areas. Well, first of all, if you haven't followed my Skyrim Ultimate Graphics Tutorial 2014 edition, then I really would recommend you to do that first. As you can see, the core graphics looks way better than the original. This tutorial is also based on this Ultimate Graphics Tutorial. So if you still have to follow it, click on the button that appears right now to go to the tutorial directly. Now let's start with the tutorial. Alright, let's start with opening up our Nexus mod manager. And then let's download the mod that we are going to use. And to do that, we are going to nexusmods.com, to the Nexus mod Skyrim. On top, click on search, and then search for summer. I already did that, as you can see. And now select this mod, the Seasons of Skyrim project Summer and Winter. Then click on it. Then click on Files, or Download Manual. And now we are going to download the Summer Edition. And I always download mods manually, so you can do that as well, or download it with the Nexus mod manager directly. It doesn't really matter. I'm not going to download it because I already downloaded it. So once you're finished downloading, then go to your Nexus mod manager. You can click Add Mod from File, and then go to the location where you have saved your Skyrim mods, or at least the Summer mod we just downloaded. Then search it up. And let's see if I can find it. Summer Edition, yes, let's add it. And then wait a little bit. Once the Summer Edition of Seasons of Skyrim has been processed, you can click on it and click on Activate the selected mod. And wait until you get this options form. Also, please note when I go with my mouse through here, I cancel the recording procedure, and it will cut out the download and installation speed. So for you it's probably gonna take a while because it's a big mod. Then once you get the options form, just select the main files, of course, select next. You can select the standard textures or the optional textures, and as you can see on the two screenshots, the optional textures look a little bit sandy, a little bit brighter, but the standard textures are more lore friendly, so I would prefer you choose the standard textures. Then click on next. And you can either select colorful aspen trees or only green aspen trees. And since I like Oblivion outdoor areas better, I select only the green aspen trees. Then click on next. And we definitely want to select the Climates of Tamriel patch, since we have probably installed Climates of Tamriel if you have followed my Ultimate Graphics tutorial. And you want to select this, the Dense Grass plugin. However, this does not always work and gives you dense grass. We have to manually change something later. But just select dense grass plugin because we definitely want it, and then click on finish. Alright, let's do that. And once it has been asking to confirm override, select yes to all. And now you have to wait a little bit. And now you should get the message that the mod was successfully activated. After we installed our Seasons of Skyrim Summer Edition, we have to do some tweaking, and we have to start with increasing our video RAM. And to do that, first go to your Skyrim main game folder. If you are using Steam, it's located in your Steam apps, comments, Skyrim. And then open up this file, emblocal.ini. Once you've opened it, scroll down until you see this line, video memory size megabyte. If you open it, you probably see a lower number, something like 1024 or 2048. And how to determine what you have to fill in here, there you can find a simple formula on the Real Vision EMB website. So let's go there. So let's go to the Real Vision EMB website. You should have bookmarked it if you followed my Skyrim Ultimate Graphics tutorial. And then follow this formula. So you take your video RAM and then you add your normal RAM minus 2048, so minus 2 gig. And if you have a lot of RAM, the maximum you can fill in is 10,240. So once you have determined how many RAM you can use, change it here in your emblocal.ini under video memory size megabytes. So make sure you change that first. After we increased our video RAM, we now have to do another tweak, and to do that you first have to go to your Skyrim preferences folder, and you can find it in your My Games section, in your My Documents, then Skyrim, and then open up Skyrim.ini. In Skyrim.ini, search for the following, iMingrass. And then you can find this line, iMingrass size is 75. Well, as you may remember, in the options form for the Skyrim Summer Edition, we had the option to select dense grass. However, that option, at least for me, doesn't really give too much dense grass, and for that we want to change this value manually, so we have a lot of green dense grass. And to do that is just to lower this number, 75. And be careful, because you can only do this if you have a good computer, a good graphics card and good RAM. And that's the reason why we increased our video RAM as well. And what I would do is just change this value to 50 instead of 75. Once you did that, you can save the file, and we now should have dense grass. Alright, once you have changed your iMingrass size line, there's only one thing left for us to do. First, go to your Nexus Mod Manager and go to the plugins section. Well, what we want to do now is to change our load order with Realistic Water 2 and the Seasons of Skyrim Summer Edition. This is because normally Seasons of Skyrim Summer Edition will change also the water textures, and we don't want that, since Realistic Water 2 along with the optional textures looks really amazing. So what we want is to let Realistic Water 2 be loaded after Seasons of Skyrim Summer Edition. So the easiest way to do that is to move the following plugins above, let's see here, this section, Realistic Water 2. So make sure you select these files, Seasons of Skyrim, along with the other 3 files that are underneath it. And I use Shift plus click to add multiple files. Then select this green arrow, which moves the plugin up in a load order, and click a couple of times until it is above Realistic Water 2 and the other Realistic Water 2 add-on textures. Then you can just leave it like this, and now you can minimize or close it. Let's minimize, and now you should be able to play it without any water errors. So start up your Skyrim with the Skyrim script extender, and now it should work. So start your Skyrim and search for an outdoor area where you can find grass and see your water. If you can see a lot of grass and you can see the water from the Realistic Water 2 mod, it means your Skyrim runs fine. If your FPS is too low, then change the iMingrass size line back to 75 instead of 50. And with this we also came to the end of this tutorial. If you guys still have any questions, please let me know. Else, thank you very much again for watching. See you in the next video.